Well, what's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We are in Warframe, and we are here to talk about Warframe ability changes. That is a work in progress that is coming to a game session near you. Anyway, so let's talk about this. So first, this is the stuff that we're going to talk about in this video while I run a mobile defense in the background playing with my hate. Is coming to PC this week. And it will be coming to PlayStation 4 in the next major update patch. Be able to address any of the immediate issues within hotfixes this week, and then longer-term feedback over time as these changes are tried out and adapted to. So, as this goes along, let's talk about some of these things that are in here. Actually, I want to go over it. I've put together a quick little chart for each of these frames here. It's not much graphically beautiful or anything, but just so it kind of helps you walk through it. So, what's going on here? They got an update coming, as we just said. They've talked about these changes for a while on their streams, and this is they got a post on their forums now, and this is the official changes are coming. Here you go. So, changes right now are set for Trinity, Banshee, Nyx, Volt, Hydroid, and Future for Ash. And as always, keep in mind that the following list is still subject to change. This is just a, it is what it is currently, and things can change at any time. So let's start with going over Trinity and what they're changing and what they're saying. Okay, so Trinity, Blessing is going to change. The damage immunity is now based on a percentage of health healed, i.e. healing 90% health will grant 90% immunity. This should make the use of Blessing more reactive, greatly benefiting players that pay attention to monitor party health to maximize its effectiveness. So Trinity is now going to be updated a bit, so you actually have to think about what you're doing when you're playing Trinity instead of just spamming out Blessing. Trinity by design was never meant to have such an aggressive means of invincibility, and this fix should bring Blessing back in line with the original intent. Spamming it at full health will now have no benefit at all. Okay, keep that in mind. Also, Energy Vampire will now pulse one last burst from the victim when it dies, releasing any remaining energy. This should make the power useful even when the enemy is killed prematurely. Okay, that's a good one. I'm pretty happy about that. Blessing is going to take a lot from people to I can see there's going to be a lot of complaining about that one right off the bat, but you know what? I'm happy that they're finally putting that back to what it was and making her a harder frame to work with again. Just my opinions. Okay, so that's Banshee, or that's Trinity, right? So let's talk about Banshee next. Banshee's Silence is now a radial ranged effect that moves with you. As enemies enter the radius area, they experience a sonic disturbance, which they react to. This disturbance deafens the target and affects their awareness. Simple, easy, nice change. Soundquake. Players can now control when the Soundquake is deactivated, with the option to toggle it on and off. Soundquake will consume energy per second while active, so keep that in mind. And that's a good thing that they are setting it as a toggle. Pretty happy about that one. Okay, Nyx. Nyx is a pretty quick one. The Absorb is now going to be set as a toggle on and off for the Absorb. And the reason that they're doing this on Banshee and Nyx, both toggling changes for Banshee and Nyx will give players more freedom instead of being locked in place while the rest of the team runs around. It should also add a nice element of resource management to both Warframes, rather than being stuck in place at the cost of X energy. So remember, it's going to take your energy, but if you stop it early, it doesn't take as much energy. So that's a pretty good thing. Okay, so now we're done with that one. Let's go over to Volt. Volt's going to be a quick one to the shield. They're going to increase the size of Volt's shield for better team usage. This should be pretty cool. I'm curious to see how big it gets, but this should be a cool one. I'm happy to see that kind of a change so other people can actually effectively utilize it. Okay, then we've got Hydroid. Hydroid, they're going to change the undertow. It is going to be toggleable, if I said that right, if I could speak. So you can toggle it on and off the same as you can with Nyx and Banshee. And that should be nice, instead of just kind of sitting there and having to push your way through until you finally come out of it, or wait for the length of time that you had it. Okay, Great. So those are all the changes that we are expecting in this week's PC update. Like I said, it's going to be coming in PS4. Now, Ash, we're going to post this up here. This is coming in the future update. It's not ready yet, but these are the planned changes they have for Ash at this point. So, Shuriken, they're adding a Force Blade proc to the attacks. No change to the base damage. I'm happy with that. This should help buff the damage of the Shuriken without making its direct damage over the top. So, yeah, I mean, the direct damage on the Shuriken anyway is pretty beast, my opinion. And adding the proc bleed in there is pretty cool as well. So teleport. Enemies are now open to finishers when teleported to, giving it more aggressive utility in order to make teleport more appealing for use in combat. So now, if you get that finisher mod, you can put it on here, and you could potentially have a better use for it when you're using teleport with Ash. It might take a little while to get used to setting it up that way, so that we can use the finisher mod and all that stuff. But maybe I'll play around with that one. And then Blade Storm now produces clones of Ash, enabling him to kill more targets quickly. Ash will also re-attack targets if they survive the initial attack. Added Force Blade procs to Blade Storm strikes as well. Very cool changes coming to Ash. Of course, they're not out this week, but they're coming. So the change to Ash Blade Storm should also shorten the amount of time a player is stuck in Blade Storm dramatically without a reduction in damage or looking cool. Alright, thanks DE, that's awesome. Can't wait for the Ash update to come out, even though, of course, like we said, it's not coming out this time. The other changes are coming out. Finally, what I want to talk about is, if you don't see your frame on the list that we just talked about, they say, by no means does this mean that we aren't going to take a look at it. There have been general tweaks and passes occurring for frames over the past few months, and we'll continue adjusting the game growth and changes. However, please note that we did mention Nova explicitly, and changes are in the works that will be covered in a follow-up post shortly. So anyone that's spamming Nova, get ready, because it's going to change. And I think it does need to be changed. You know, when I first got Nova, I think everybody spammed Nova in the beginning when you first got it. You know, you went crazy. And then over time, as you got to using it and you got to knowing it better, you stopped the spam. I would say for most people. Most people started learning how to really use it and use it effectively, but you still got a lot of people out there that spam it. But of course, you know, it's all in how you run. So expect that Nova change to come. And then finally, please feel free to discuss any of these changes below, and let's stay constructive. You can also hit the forums. They're on the NOG community forums. There is a post that Getting Cocky put together for this. There is also a link for the Warframe forums where you have to log in and post in there as well. But a couple places you can talk about it. I'll be glad to share the information with DE if we talk about it in here. You know, let's try to be constructive with the way we do it. But so share your thoughts with me. Tell me what you think. I'm excited about some of these changes. Some of them are going to take a little bit of more time to get used to. Some of them, like Ash, is going to be awesome, I think, when Ash comes out. Changes to other frames in the future. So, good job for DE for catching up on this. Can't wait for it to come out on PC this week. Should probably be Wednesday or Thursday. I think the Wednesday update. And, again, if you like this video, hit that like button. Leave me any comments. Let's talk about it. I'm glad to talk about it. Discuss it with anybody else. And if you like this stuff and you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Otherwise, I will catch everybody in the next episode. Thank you for watching. See you later.